woken up at 4 and chose to get a little more sleep. And it is now 6:46. So it's safe to say yesterday wiped me out. And we're back on the PCT. It's 8:03. Later than I would have told you I'd get back on the trail if you asked me last night, but not too bad, considering I woke up at 6:46. Body feels good, considering all the little wears and tears and stiffnesses I was feeling in my feet, ankles, calves, shins yesterday. And the pack feels great, super light, 2 days worth of food, no water. So that sign says water, it's pretty faded. There's another marked water source 1 mile from here, but I remember reading comments on this dirt road and people say it's a great flow. And I can hear the water, so it's not that far. So I'm just gonna go get some right here. Easy to get to, right off the dirt road, right off the trail. Within listening distance, so pretty close. Okay, and we're here. Trail goes up there, this way to the ice cream. This is an interesting little hiker box. I actually pulled out a bunch of packets of salt. I've been thinking about just bringing that to add to my water for less expensive electrolytes for a while. They have the little bottles of olive oil. That's always good for you. It's healthy. A few snacks and some lens wipes. I don't think I have any good lens wipes, and the ones that I have are old for like a repair kit, alcohol swab type of a thing. These I'm just gonna add to my pack for breakfast, and I can never get enough peanut M&Ms. They have a microwave here. I can eat 2 burritos, a coffee. I overpaid for it. I hate paying for that sort of thing, but it's gonna be delicious. Soda, donuts, Danish, high in calories, like 480, 500, but I'm gonna go back in and get ice cream after I eat this stuff. So the burritos and all those treats I had were the easiest 2,500 calories I've ever consumed on the trail so far, but that was just child's play compared to this. So in the far out comments, they talk about you gotta come here and they're gonna hook you up with huge scoops of ice cream. But until you see it yourself. So I said, can I get 2 different flavor scoops or 1? And she was like, you can do whatever you want. You can get 3 scoops. So I was like, okay. I ordered 3 scoops, Rocky Road, chocolate peanut butter, and maple, almond, something. But the point is, she gave me like 2 scoops of each, so this is like 6 scoops of ice cream. And we are right back on the trail. That was a very, very important and healthy stop for morale, and just to try to get some calories back. I won't be in a calorie deficit today. It might not make a difference winning the war, but we won the battle today. I easily took in 2,500 eating and drinking the first round of snacks I got. And God only knows how many calories of ice cream were in that cup. I see you, you sneaky little lizard. I see you. Well, this is pretty cool right next to the trail. And as far as I know, it's not marked on far out. I don't know what you would call it, but it is pretty cool. I guess you could go down there. I don't know if it's a cave. Yeah, it's a cave. A couple of them. There's one, and around that bend there's another one. So you got the road right there. And it's not a perfect place to take a break, but it's a pretty good place. There's shade, and the breeze is strong right now. So in about 0.2, I'll get to the access to the parking lot. I'm not far. I'll have to go probably not too far, maybe a quarter mile. But there'll be a junction to get to a parking lot where there's a cave system. I think they call it the subway caves. And they have water spigots at that parking lot. So I'll look at far out here, really figure out how much water I need, because there might be a water cache. There might be more water in this section than I thought. But I'll have to read up to see if I should or can rely on it. And maybe I won't have to carry 4 or 5 liters. Maybe I'll have to carry 3 or 4 liters, but we'll see. I'm just speculating right now. But it is hot, and this whole area is dry, and it wants to be a desert. So considering that there isn't a lot of water, I just want to rest and make sure I have the water I want to have when I leave and head up that climb to the dry section of the rim. Well, here we go. So my headlamp is really coming apart. I'm gonna have to look into replacing this. But it should be good enough for this. So the subway cave is a lava tube that was formed less than 20,000 years ago. So I suppose it's unlikely that it'll get flooded with lava, but the chance is not 0. And the floor is very uneven, which I do not love. But it is cool in here. They say 48 degrees year-round. And we're back on the PCT again. I haven't really given it much thought as far as where I'll end up camping or how far I'll go today. I just figured somewhere around 23 miles would be good, because that splits the difference of what's left to get to Bernie. But it's nearly 3. It's not quite 3 o'clock, so I could hike 5 more hours, maybe a little more if I had to, if it made sense. But I'm starting to think just Lost Creek, or maybe a little further, sounds like a good plan. There's water at Lost Creek, so if I stop there, it gives me options of not climbing down today unless I need the water, or going to get it tomorrow morning before I leave there. I just got vortexed in this rest stop parking lot. That family with that Sprinter van, they are meeting their son, and they're nice enough to give out trail magic. So they got here a day early. I guess he's gonna be here tomorrow. He's hiking the trail. And they've met him in a few places. They have a beautiful dog that I got to pet. Another hiker showed up who I really appreciate and respect, so I stayed longer to talk to her. And it was a nice time. That's what today's been about. Side quests and taking my time and not feeling like I have to do a certain amount of hiking. That's what yesterday was for. So you have to be open to the different days and the different challenges, or even the challenge of just letting go and not worrying about hiking big miles. So we should still be able to get to Lost Creek. This is actually worth documenting, because this is a one-of-a-kind gate. I'm not going to be able to see it too well, and I don't want to get close. There's a big old snake balled up right in the middle of that bush. It knows I'm there. It was on the trail. And then it moved off into this bush. It's content to hang around. It's very well camouflaged. So I think I'm wasting my time. And I don't want to bother it because it just moved off the trail quietly and said I'll hang out in this bush, and it didn't bother me when I walked by. But it's in there. It looks like a rattler. It's poisonous. It's pretty much the same color as the bush. Its markings are different than other rattlesnakes I've seen. It's more gray. And it is fat, like it just ate. Trying from a different angle without bothering it, just trying to capture it. I feel like that's it right there, if you could see it. It's being pretty patient with me. I'm gonna leave it alone. See you later, Snakey. So I'm at the junction to Lost Creek. I've been here for probably 15 minutes. I got here about 7. I've just been looking at Fireout and thinking, I've only gone 18 miles and that's not a big deal. I've taken some side quests and I've taken a good amount of breaks today. And I'm tired. I pushed hard yesterday. I slept in late and it's okay to be tired. I'm just in a funny place, kind of no man's land. I've gone 18. I have about 2 liters of water. It's actually kind of warm and unappetizing, but I have about 2 liters of water, and that's fine for tonight and tomorrow morning. I don't have to go down to Lost Creek to get water. I probably would, though, tomorrow morning if I stay here, and I'm probably going to stay here. I have enough water for tonight, but it's probably better to wake up here where there is water. So this is a view from the start of the side trail down to Lost Creek. So a lot of people have a lot of things to say about the switchbacks to get down there. It's steep. There's 4 switchbacks. They're long, and it's like 400 feet descent, but the view is absolutely stunning. So I am going to stay here. I'm not going to go get water till tomorrow. Today was a good day to slow down and just appreciate what I'm doing. Even though I'm not that hungry. I only hiked 18 miles. I'm going to eat a full dinner. I need to eat. Today was the day for winning at calories, and I did that with going into Old Station, and then the unexpected trail magic was a nice surprise for company and for calories. Cold soaking ramen, added honey roasted pecans to that. Might finish off the barbecue chips, and these little olive oil bottles that I got out of the hiker box at Old Station. I can add one to those to dinner. I can take a shot at night. Olive oil is good for you, or I could have a shot with breakfast, have one more for later, tomorrow, or whatever. The olive oil is versatile. But that's it. I also have some desserts that I pulled out of the hiker box.